Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Rick dropping in on you. It's a little late in the day from when I normally would do my lives. I actually closing out my second and final week of my annual mental health sabbatical and simultaneously battling some type of upper respiratory infection. It hasn't gotten the best of me, but it definitely has not been fun. And I wasn't going to do anything today, just trying to keep my voice. But I got a phone call that kind of got me shook. Not shook in the sense of me, but just shook up in the sense of how little we are willing to participate in our own transformation, in our own betterment, in our own um, progress. We will complain, we will whine, we will talk about this. And I just want to share something with you real briefly, and I hope it encourages you. I hope it inspires you. I hope it sets you ablaze this year, because ultimately how this year turns out is going to be up to you. No, there are going to be some things you don't control. There are going to be some things that are outside of your influence, but there are so many things that you do control, so many things that you can do that will have a positive impact on the outcome of your life. And just participating and being an active participant in your growth is inspiring, empowering, and stimulating. And I look at people all the time. And one of the things I share when I speak is hoping and wishing and complaining are not good strategies for growth, development, advancement, financial development, financial freedom. Look, there's no easy path to anything worth having. So I'm going to stop that. All the stuff that's floating around on social media, just do this and it's like this, it's this easy, it's that easy. I've been doing it for a long time. Had a whole lot of success, but I've had a whole lot of bumps and bruises, a whole lot of setbacks, some very scary moments. But I tell you, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because I sat in the driver's seat the whole damn way. I refused to give up the wheel to anybody but God. And God said, no, I gave you the license. Take it. I'm sitting here. I'm the source. I'm the power. I'm the force. But I need you to act. I need you to fulfill. And you've heard me say, if you've heard me speak before, you've heard me say, God will never deliver you from the giants he sent you to slay. So many of us use prayer because we think it's a mechanism for deliverance or escape from the realities we're in. And prayer is not an escape, it's a revelation, it's a communication, it is a sharing with God, the divine source of everything and you will ever need or desire. But you have to understand that it's not a wishing well. Prayer isn't the introduction or the connectivity to some room you walk into and make demands. Prayer is the opening of the door to the divine consciousness of God that says, hey, here's the answer to that problem you're dealing with. The answer is always on the way. Go back and ask Daniel in chapter 10. It's always on the way. Sometimes you've got to wait for it because there are some things that require resilience and pushing through. But what you cannot do is just think you're going to wish it away. You cannot think you're going to wish what you desire. If you want it and it's big, you got to go after it. Oh, man. Just looking at how many people that literally will be content with complaining about where they are in life. I've had some ups and downs, some ins and outs. I've had some things that didn't go my way. Last few years have not been the best in the sense of things that are going on around me. Lost my mom, lost my brother, lost my marriage. But I tell you what, I'm still standing. I'm still breathing. I refuse to give in. I'm not a quitter. I'm resilient. I'm built for this. I'm better for everything that I've been through. I posted this morning. Let me tell you something. The credibility of your testimony is birthed out of the transversion of your adversity. There is no thing worth having that does not take you through through resistance, through setbacks, through delay, through challenging times where you're looking up and wondering, what in the world have I gotten myself into? Who told me I could do this? But you've got to sit back and you got to believe and you got to keep going. The things that I have accomplished is because I refuse to quit. People talk about my mind. And I believe I'm gifted in that area, but that's not why I've won. People talk about my creativity and in other areas that I think I do excel at, but that's not why I won. The gift will make room for you, but the gift won't automatically present the win. The win comes when you decide that you won't give up on the gift. You won't give up on the talent. You won't give up on the calling. You won't give up on the yearning. You won't give up on this pressing thing that's inside of you. You won't settle for poverty. You won't settle for mediocrity. You won't settle for this thing that's just barely getting by in any area of life. You will sit up and you will press towards something higher. You will press towards something worthy of the designation designed by God. I tell people all the time, I'm no more special than you are. The things I've achieved came with great pressing, with great pushing. And I'm still pressing, I'm still pushing, I'm still learning, I'm still overcoming, I'm still fighting uphill, I'm still going through. But I tell you what I will not do. I will not quit and I will not complain. I will not run around talking about what everything and how everything and who everything and everybody's done. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be about what did I do? How did I respond to the adversity? How did I respond to the calling? How did I respond to the need to stand up and go do something beyond what is normally done? Why didn't I settle for the default setting of mediocre and average and just exist wherever? Why did I push and go into spaces that will pull and stretch and press me? Because God designed me for greatness. You're no difference. God doesn't do mediocre. God doesn't do average. He didn't design you for that. That's a default setting of not standing up, not stepping out, not moving forward. Someone called me about a situation, and it's not the first time we've had a conversation, and the conversation is, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, and I need this. I'm barely doing this, I'm barely. And I don't know how many times I've told them, well, this is what you need to do. Man, right now, we're running a special on the 7-day online business launch course. If you don't start your own business, I mean, just one, it doesn't have to be your primary source of income. But if you don't have multiple streams of income, and one of them needs to be a business for a number of different reasons, it's a source of income, it's a way of managing your taxes, it's a way of leveraging and protecting your wealth. A lot of people's net worth is hidden in the businesses they own, not in some cash sitting in a bank account. That's an illusion. Nobody with half a financial brain has a bunch of cash laying around, relatively speaking to their net worth. Now, obviously, billionaires probably have a lot more cash on hand, but most of them aren't. They're going to have other liquid forms that can be moved to cash when necessary. But anything that isn't making, if your money doesn't have a job, it's being wasted. And with inflation being the way it is, it's actually losing value. But you need to get this. But I sit up and I say, okay, here. And the course is normally $607. Right now until Friday, it's $99. I'm like, hey, it's $99. It's worth $5,000 because you're gonna make that within several months if you just apply yourself. Am I saying it's easy? No, I didn't say that. I just told you anything worth having is going to require work. What I'm telling you is I've done it. I'm not putting anything in front of you that I'm not practicing, that I haven't practiced, that I haven't put into practice in very trying times. I created this blueprint when my back was against the wall, when everything depended upon it. But you can imagine how hard I worked with everything dependent upon it. So it wasn't, well, I'm gonna show up and maybe I'll do a little bit today. No, I'm gonna show up. Well, I'm gonna go do this and I'll get back to it. No, it was, I got to get up. I told God if He woke me up, I would answer the bell. My thing is, it would be one thing if you back against the wall, pressed to the metal, doing everything you possibly can. But just sitting up doing what everybody's done and always done, expecting different results, isn't doing all you can. It's playing it safe. It's sitting up and saying, this is what everybody does, this is what you do, and waiting on somebody else to come along and give you a break. The great George Bernard Shaw once said that he said, I really don't believe in circumstances. And what he meant by that is circumstances aren't the end game to the reality in your life. He says, but if you want to talk about circumstances, the people who get on in this world are the people who get up in the morning and go out and find the circumstances that they need, find the opportunities they need. If they don't exist, they create them. This isn't about ease. Trust me. This isn't about everything falling in line because you prayed. Prayer is about revelation. Faith is about power. The revelation is the insight, the vision, the communication, the awareness. Faith is requiring you to take action. I want to encourage every person that watches this, because I don't have much left in me. I want to encourage everybody that watches this to take ownership of this year. That means you're not going to sit down and just hope. You're not going to move around and wish. You're not going to spend time complaining. Complaining puts you in a place where you can't possibly connect with God because the vibration and the frequency is too low. That you're going to have a heart of gratitude and thankfulness, that you're going to have a heart and a mind of anticipation, that you're going to develop a vision and an idea of what's possible, and that you're going to pursue that vision with a veracity and a force that you have never achieved in the past. You're going to go all in. ET calls it 120. Not just one, you 120. You're going to have to go and get it. And no, it's not easy. And no, it's not a quick fix. It's about being committed to finishing. It's about going the distance. This is Well Building Wednesday. And again, I really wasn't planning to come in. Like I say, I'm on my annual mental health break. I'm out here. I'll share a little something here and there, but I'm not doing any sessions with clients during this period of time. I'm not taking on anything heavy. I'm processing, I'm detoxing, and I'm releasing, and just happens to be battling this freaking whatever infection, respiratory infection. But again, it doesn't have me down, but it's kicking my butt. But I'm not one to stay down. Um, I'm limited on how much I can talk. You know, anybody knows me, that's killing me. But it is what it is. Look, I've been talking about the need for anybody who doesn't have multiple streams of income to start an online business. One of the quickest ways that you can start a business, one of the most cost-effective ways you can start a business, is literally how I rebuilt my financial presence after the big hit of the early 2000s, 2007, 2008. And it has served me well. It is still serving me. I'm still growing. I'm still developing. I am global. Comes with a lot of additional things, but I tell you what, lives are being changed. And that's my ultimate goal. But anyway, normally the 7-day online business launch course, which is the blueprint I've used to create multiple entities online over the last 13, almost 14 years, is normally $607. For now until Friday, it's $99 until we reach 100. And I haven't checked to see where we're at, but if the link is live, it's still available. And you just sign up and register, and you'll get a registration welcome email. You register and you get started. It comes with support through our support team. So any questions you have, you can answer, but it is very comprehensive. I'm telling you that you have to be willing to at least do this. You can't sit up and say, I've told this story before. I used to be in the international relocation business. I expatriated and repatriated high level executives uh, around the world. So I dealt with expats. And I'm the person who literally Enron came to bring all of their expats home after the collapse. I know what it's like to think you got a gig and it's all good to find out that the company folded and you no longer have a job or a 401k. I'm the person that got to tell those people that. I saw that firsthand. I see it all the time. People thinking that they're good and being forced into a situation where they have to reinvent themselves because their position is terminated. Not them terminated, the entire position is terminated. So there's no place for them in the company. And then they got to go out and reinvent themselves to find another gig. Let me tell you something, leverage yourself. Protect yourself against a catastrophic loss like that. For now, until we reach 100 or until Friday, it's $99. Also, if you want to go hard in the paint, the organization's flagship program is the Path to Generational Wealth course. You can sign up and register for that course. You can pay for it in full and end up with a 6-month, 26 session, all in with me, which is a bonus. Or if you pay for it in full, that's the Path to Generational Wealth. If you pay for it in full, or you can choose to pay in installments and get started. But if you pay in full, you get 6 months with me. Both of those are in there. But again, you're going to have to make up in your mind that you want to do it. And whether you work with me, whether you work with someone else, whether you go out and figure this thing out on your own, um, I don't think that's the smartest thing to do, but some of the things I had to do, I had to learn them. My mom said sometimes bought sense is better than borrowed, but sometimes you need to do things expeditiously and expediently. And finding somebody who can shorten your curve and compress years into months and weeks is probably your best bet. That's what I do for people. I compress years of information, of expertise into months and weeks. Well, anyway, look, at the end of the day, complaining, whining, wishing, hoping are not strategies and plans for success. It's time to take action. It's time to take ownership of your future, your destiny. So if you want 2024 to be the best year ever, now's the time. On that note, I'm getting ready to get out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I challenge you to take on that same mindset. Live every day on full. I promise you, you cannot be the same person a year from now. If you live every day on full, no 0 days, no excuses. On that note, I'm out. You guys, thank you for putting up with me, my voice, and whatever else. But I do love you guys. Take care.